The strange blue glow around my hands grew brighter as I stood frozen in front of my front door. My heart raced as I stared at the mysterious light surrounding my fingers. I had never seen anything like it before. Standing on the other side of the doorway was the mysterious boy I had met only moments earlier. Unlike me, he didn't seem surprised. Instead, he watched me calmly, as though he had been waiting for that exact moment. Then he spoke. He told me that my powers had finally awakened. Confused and frightened, I demanded to know what he meant. Before I could get an answer, the blue glow suddenly faded away, leaving my hands completely normal again. Still refusing to trust the stranger, I kept one hand on the door, ready to close it at any moment. The boy introduced himself as Keel. Then his expression turned serious. He warned me that if I stayed there, I might not live to see the morning. I wanted to believe he was joking, but the look on his face told me otherwise. At that exact moment, thunder roared across the sky, and the lights inside the house flickered. A cold breeze swept through the hallway. Then I heard it. A faint whisper. It was so quiet that I almost thought I had imagined it. We found her. My breathing became heavier as I looked around the empty house, trying to find where the voice had come from. Keel immediately knew what it meant. He looked toward the darkness outside and quietly said, "They've arrived." I rushed to the living room window. Rain poured from the sky, but outside everything seemed completely empty. I slowly turned away from the window. Without warning, the kitchen window exploded into pieces as freezing wind rushed through the house. I stumbled backward in shock. Keel quickly stepped in front of me. A glowing blue symbol appeared on his hand, lighting up the dark room. Outside the broken window stood several shadowy figures, their glowing eyes fixed on me. None of them moved. None of them spoke. Then, after several long seconds, one chilling voice broke the silence. "Bring us the girl." I had no idea who they were. Before I could even react, the creatures rushed into the house. Keel immediately stepped in front of me. Blue magic erupted from his hand, forming a glowing shield that blocked the first attack. I stared in complete disbelief. I still couldn't understand how any of this was real. The creatures kept advancing. One of them managed to break through Keel's shield. It lunged straight toward me. Without even thinking, I threw up my hands. A powerful wave of silver blue magic burst from my body. The entire house shook. The shadow creatures were thrown backward before disappearing into clouds of black smoke. Then, everything became silent. The magic surrounding me slowly faded. I looked down at my trembling hands. I did that? Keel smiled. "You've only used a fraction of your power." I demanded answers. Finally, Keel told me everything. 16 years earlier, the Shadow Kingdom had been attacked by a powerful organization known as the Order of Eclipse. Their goal had been simple: to destroy every member of the royal bloodline before the Shadow Queen's child could inherit the throne. To save her daughter, the Shadow Queen had sent me into the human world while I was still a baby. Before disappearing, she had sealed my memories and magic inside the silver crescent pendant that my father later gave me. Keel explained that the seal had been designed to break only on my 16th birthday. He had been sent to protect me when that day finally arrived. I shook my head. "This is crazy. I'm not a princess. I have parents. I have school. I have a normal life." Keel quietly nodded. "I know, but your normal life ended tonight." Suddenly, the leader of the shadow creatures appeared. Unlike the others, he removed his hood. His face was completely human. He revealed that he had once served my mother. He blamed the Shadow Queen for abandoning the kingdom. He believed I didn't deserve the throne. Then the final battle began. Keel fought bravely to protect me, but he was badly injured. At that moment, I realized innocent people would continue to suffer if I kept running from the truth. I gripped the pendant tightly. It began glowing brighter than ever before. Memories flooded back into my mind. I saw my mother, a magnificent glowing palace, a promise, a gentle lullaby. At last, I remembered who I really was. I gathered every bit of magic inside me and released one brilliant burst of silver blue light. Instead of destroying the man before me, I chose mercy. I broke the curse that had twisted him into darkness. The remaining shadow creatures disappeared. The storm ended. The sky slowly cleared. Morning sunlight streamed through the broken windows. For the first time, everything was quiet. A few days later, our house had been repaired. My parents finally knew the truth about who I was. Keel prepared to return to the Shadow Kingdom. Before leaving, he smiled and said, "This isn't goodbye. It's the beginning of your own story." I smiled back. As I stood by my bedroom window, a tiny spark of blue magic danced across my fingertip. This time, I wasn't afraid anymore. My dad smiled at me and said, "No matter where you came from, you'll always be our daughter." Then my mom hugged me and said, "We're proud of you." And for the first time in my life, I truly understood who I was. The end.